Dude, I got the hoodie on. I got the hoodie on. Yeah, hoodie weather. That's what's up. You know what I'm saying? That's what's up. Got that. That's what's up. Let's do this. Rise and grind.
Good morning and welcome to Hashtag Rise and Grind. I am your host, Glenn Lundy. I am a husband to one, a father to seven, and the creator of what is going to be the #1 most watched morning show in the world. It is 5:30 a.m. and I hope that you are ready to rise and grind.
Stop waiting for your dreams. Run towards your dream. Because the moment you stop running, the moment you stop fighting, is the day you will lose it. Don't wait for it. Continue to fight. Continue to chase of what you truly want out of your life. That dream is not going to wait and say, take a breather. It's going to say, come catch me. Catch me if you can. First, you gotta dodge the roadblocks of the doubters. You have to dodge the nails in the road called the energy drainers. You gotta ride past the bad people. These are the negative people. The people who failed at their dream, so they want to tell you that you cannot attain yours. Put your track shoes on and go get what you want out of this life. Go get what you left behind. It's all on you. If you fail, it's because you stopped running. If you fail, it's because you stopped grinding. You stopped caring. You stopped working. You stopped working for that dream that dangled in your face. The gift that God left you. Don't be the person that forget to open your gift. Because that dream has everything you need in it. That dream is the road that will lead to your paradise. Aren't you tired of McDonald's? Aren't you tired of living check to check? Your dream is your $1 million check. We're gonna turn those noodles into lobster. We're gonna turn that Volvo into a Lamborghini. We're gonna turn that apartment into a palace. Let's go take what belongs to us. This is for the dreamers. The dreamers that cannot sleep. The dreams that run away from us when we're running our fastest. We will not be last. We will meet our dreams in our paradise. We will marry our dreams. We will hold them tight to our hearts. And we will make them ours. Make them ours forever. Come here, dreams. I'm chasing you.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. How are you, my friend? How are you, my friend? My goodness, today is Tuesday, October 8th, 2019. And if that video didn't wake you up first thing in the morning, punch you in the face, pow! Then you're not alive, man. There's something wrong with you, something going on, man. Listen, I'm super stoked this morning. I already saw Lisa Marie Kennedy's in here, which is awesome for her to grace us with her presence. She's amazing. I also saw that Aaron Hunt Ferguson is up in here, which every single day, every show of Hashtag Rise and Grind is written in the Hunt Brothers Pizza Pizza Wholesale of Lexington book. Every single episode, I love this, and I love Erin Hunt Ferguson. She's been a part of hashtag Rise and Grind for a while. Without her, we wouldn't be where we are today. And then I also saw Carter Myers is up in here first thing this morning, which I love. Carter, I was out there in Virginia for a week, and I didn't even get to see you. Crazy. I guess I'm going to have to come back. But today is Tuesday, October 8th, 2019. And what's crazy is today is the very first and very last time it will ever be Tuesday, October 8th, 2019. So I want to make sure we make the absolute most of this incredible, incredible day. Fair enough? Let's make the absolute most of this incredible, incredible day. I love seeing Ben St. Hours live also, and Allison Musante. That's what's up. Listen, it's wet outside. It's cold outside. It's a little chilly outside. And man, is it refreshing outside, right? It's just refreshing, that little bit of cold air. I've got my Rise and Grind hoodie on. I haven't been able to wear this thing in, however long since it was cold before. And I'm not even a real big fan of cold. Cold's not my thing. I prefer a little bit of heat. I am a tropical people. What is going on today? We got Michael Jasper on here live today this morning too. Pow! That's what I'm talking about. But it's refreshing, right? The weather outside is refreshing. And did you ever notice how a change of season can be really invigorating, right? Just the change in the season from spring or summer to fall, or sometimes from fall to winter, or maybe for you it's even winter to spring, or spring into summer. That change of season tends to invigorate. Right? It wakes you up. You're like, oh man, I feel more alive. Like this is awesome. I'm excited about the day ahead. I think that's very interesting. I also think if you look in your planner today, hopefully you're still using this thing, this awesome hashtag Rise and Grind planner. Hopefully you're using it every day. If you look in your planner today, it says the quote at the very top, which I'm going to be getting quotes from you guys for next year's planner here soon. But the quote at the top says, life grants nothing to us mortals without hard work. Life grants nothing to us mere mortals. Why am I saying that word weird this morning? Mere mortals without hard work. But really, us mere mortals are a complicated bunch. You ever notice that? You are a complicated species. Like, you thrive in change. You thrive as the seasons change. You were born inherently to thrive through change, but yet you avoid it. Strange, right? We get stuck in the mundane. We get stuck in the rut of doing the same thing over and over and over and over again, and yet we seek change. Like, it's a constant battle. It's crazy. But the good news is that if you can make a couple tweaks on how you approach things, right? If you can just tweak a couple things on how you approach things, it'll make a massive impact in your life. So today, what I want to talk to you about is how we can make those tweaks. I ultimately want you to marry your dreams, like Homeboy said in the video that we kicked this off with. For those of you that hopped in a little bit late, you might want to go back and watch that video, because the video in the beginning was strong. But it's time for you to marry your dreams. However, before you do that, before we get into that, we got to do something. For those of you that know, and those of you that don't know, this is the part of the show. We're going to do some dancing. We're going to get our bodies in motion, get the blood flowing. Sarah Ball is over there overseas somewhere in the middle of the day. She's like dancing and shaking it. The neighbors are thinking she's crazy, but that's what it's all about. So let's dance, folks. This is also the part of the show where I need you to hit that share button. That's right. I need you to hit that share button, because I believe if we can change the way people start their day, it'll make a massive impact on this planet. I truly believe that. And sometimes all we got to do to change the way people start their day is for you to hit that share button. This is also the part of the show where I'm going to say good morning to you. You're going to say good morning to me. Whether you're watching live Are you watching on replay? Let's say what's up. Good morning, Sarah Ball. What's up, Mike Higdon? How are you? How you doing, Josh? Oh, Janelle Griego's up in here. Cindy Conley, Heather Jackson. What's up, Don Sankey? Part of my 800% club. What's up, Brooke Adams, Brad Smith, Scott Holbert's up in here. Vicky Everett's in the house. Casey Rossiter, Julie Lentini. How you doing, Liza Myers Borchis? What's up, Eric Willeroy, Mike Hubbard, Jeremy Noling, Emily Goffler, Jeff Baker, Terry Collins, Christopher Campbell, Whitney Wells, David Kuykendall. Did I get that one? David Kuykendall. I don't know if I got that one or not. What's up, Kevin Stroh-Snyder, Melvin Rodriguez. We got Beth Lucchese, Ray Hatcher. Everybody's up in the house this morning. That's what I'm talking about. Boom. Boom. Y'all feel that? What's up, Joanna Hamilton? Great to see you. Carrie Lynn Carter. Carrie, you haven't sent me a video lately or a music or anything. Where you been? I need that. What's up, Roberta Rose, Angela Venters, Douglas Chitrin, Denny Rust, Terry LaPierre. Everybody's up in here today on hashtag Rise and Grind. My goodness, can y'all feel that? Can y'all feel that, man? You feel that extra little energy, that extra little bounce, that extra juice, that invigorating feeling? It's telling you, it's the change of season. I'm telling you, you were born for change. I'm telling you, you thrive in it. Yesterday, we talked about this thing called marriage, and we actually pulled up some interesting facts. I thought I still had that slide, but apparently I do not. But we pulled up some interesting facts yesterday about marriage, and one of the interesting facts was that first marriages that ended in divorce was like 40 to 45%, but then our second marriages jumped all the way up into the 60% of the time ends in divorce, and the third marriages 73% of the time end in divorce. And I thought, man, this is an interesting statistic, because clearly once we quit the first time, it gets easier, right? Now, another stat yesterday that we read that I found really fascinating was that even if we don't necessarily quit, we'll stick to it. Like when we're miserable in our marriage, we're not happy, we want out, typically we'll hang in there for 2 years. Like most people have thought about divorce for 2 years before they actually pull the trigger and take action. So these two facts, these two statistical points of data, right? These two facts are applicable to our jobs, to our relationships, to our goals, and to our dreams. It's not just marriage. See, with your dream, your vision, that thing that you want, that God gave you, that gift, right, that only you can create, anytime you quit on that, it just makes it easier, doesn't it? Every time you say, well, that's too hard, or I can't do it, or I'm not smart enough, or I'm not good looking enough, or I don't have the resources, anytime you quit, as soon as you quit that first time, it just gets easier to do so. You're thinking about going to the gym, you're thinking about running, you're thinking about riding a bike, you get excited in the beginning, you go for a while, and then you quit, and then the second time it gets easier, and the third time it gets easier and easier. Another interesting fact in how this translates is that even in our jobs and our relationships, and when it comes to our goals and when it comes to our dreams, even if we don't necessarily love the journey, we don't love it along the way, we tend to stick to it, right? You might be in a job right now that you don't really enjoy, but it's what you do, and so you kind of just stick to it because you don't want to be on the opposite end. You don't want to quit. So you just ride it out. And even though you do that, even though you stick to it and you just kind of ride it out, things still don't always end well, right? Yesterday, somebody wrote in the comments. As we were doing the show, and they wrote these words. Yesterday, somebody mentioned, I didn't quit on her. She quit on me. You ever heard that before? I didn't quit on her. She quit on me. Now, I relate that in my mind, where my head goes to is that's very much the same as somebody saying, I got fired for no reason. Have you ever heard that? I know I've heard that, man. I'm telling you, in the automotive industry, I hear it all the time. People come in, they apply for a job. Hey, what happened at the last place? I got fired for no reason. Really? She didn't quit on me, or I didn't quit on her. She quit on me. You see, we make these statements, and I hope to not offend anyone, but we have to get real up in here this morning. That's what we do on hashtag Rise and Grind. You guys are, not you guys, but you are my family member. You are trusted. You entrust me to help you break through, and I entrust you to help me break through. So with that said, here's what's real. This is what's real life. You, Mike Brockway, if you're taking notes, you are not a victim. I want that to settle in a little bit. You are not a victim. You're not born to be a victim. You're not just inherently a victim. You are not a victim. The circumstances, the results that you get, that you receive, they come from you. You are in control. Now, I had to learn this a long time ago, and I learned this the hard way, and sometimes it was difficult for me to swallow. It was easy to point blame. It was easy to say that it was the other person's fault. It was easy to say that I got fired for no reason. It was easy to say that that person quit on me. I didn't quit on them. But here's the reality. Me and you, heads up, one-on-one. It's just you and I here. And I want to talk to you for real, for real, for real. You are not a victim. You were not born to be a victim. You can only choose to be a victim. It's your choice. Listen, here's what's real. To my friend who said, I didn't quit on her, she quit on me. Here's what's real. You quit opening the door for her. You quit paying extra attention to her. You quit loving her, making love to her. You quit chasing her fiercely like you did in the beginning. You quit making her a priority in your life. You quit long before she did. I'll tell you the same thing in your jobs. People say, well, I got fired for no reason. It's not true. You see, you quit giving 110% at some point in your career. You quit showing up early on the job at some point in your career. You quit staying late in your job at some point in your career. You quit producing at a super high level like you used to at some point in your job. You quit growing, learning, and adding value. And see, maybe this didn't happen all at once, but the reality is you quit long before they did. Trust me. Trust me. Nobody likes firing anybody. It's the worst part of my job, the worst thing that I ever had to do. It's one of the biggest struggles as I work with automotive dealers all around the country. One of their biggest struggles is they don't want to let people go. They don't want to fire people. They understand that that person is attached to a family, to a child, to a spouse, to a dream, that they came in with such intense tenacity, that they came in so excited that when they first got there, they were running around and they were taking the things and they were doing the little bit extra and they would give whatever it took. And they remember that. As an owner, as a leader, we remember your fire and your passion that you had on day one. And so fast forward, we don't want to fire anybody. We hate it. So I'm here to tell you, if somebody let you go, you quit on them long long before they ever quit on you. I got fired for no reason isn't real. Now, I know some people will say, well, Glenn, I was a victim. I got laid off. My company went through and did layoffs. And I just happened to be one of the people that got laid off. It's not my fault. I was a victim. I got to tell you, man, and I know this is hard for some people to hear. But even in the midst of layoffs, when companies are doing layoffs, there's two things that are going on. One, they're laying off the people that aren't producing. And two, the company itself is not producing enough. I have never once in the history of all time had a company say, we are going to lay a bunch of people off because we are making and generating far too much money. We are growing at such a rapid pace and we are so profitable that we are going to go through and lay a bunch of people off. That's not the reality. The reality is if a company is laying people off, it's because the people inside that company did not give everything that they needed to give to make sure that that company continued to rise, to thrive, and to grow. You are not a victim on this earth. You're not. Unless you choose to be. It's all your perspective and how you look at it. Listen. So how does all this kind of come together? We got a video at the end and we're talking about marrying our dreams and we're talking about not being a victim and we're talking about how once you quit it gets easier and we're talking about how we tend to stay in there a little bit longer if we're actually married to the idea. So how does all this come together? Listen. If you are chasing your dream, then I want you to be married to it. If you are chasing your dream, then I want you to be married to it. When it gets hard, I want you to erase quitting as an option. Because it's going to get hard. Chasing your dream is hard. What I'm doing now, I'm trying to create this business around Rise and Grind and for my family to be able to serve as many people as humanly possible. We've got this thing, man. I can tell you, I've spent the last few days, actually the last few weeks, building the 800% Club. The 800% Club is for general managers and owners of dealerships all across the country because I believe there is a better way to help dealers change and evolve in the upcoming times. I truly believe that. And so I'm creating something brand new, never been done before, and I'm having to market it myself. I'm marketing it to dealers. I'm getting on the phone with dealers. I'm emailing with dealers. I know that I can help them, but at the same time, they don't necessarily know that they've never done this before. It's change. It's new. And so, yeah, it's hard. At any point, I could be like, nah, man, I quit. I'm not doing this. I am literally having to bang down the door so that I can help them. It's not like they're just opening the door and saying, come on in, Glenn. But see, I believe in it. I believe in the 800% Club 1,000%. I know I can help. And so quitting is simply not an option. I'm married to it. I want you to be married to chasing your dream so that when it gets hard, quitting is not an option. I also want you to be married to chasing your dream so that you will stay in the fight as long as it takes. You see, there's no your dream will be here tomorrow. There's no guarantee that it's going to be next week. There's also no guarantee that it's far off. It might be right around the corner. So I just want you to just stay in there as long as it takes. Commit to it. Be like, I am married to achieving this. If it takes me 6 months, a year, 2 years, 10 years, 20 years, 50 years, no matter how long it takes, I'm going to hang in there. And I know there's not going to be, sometimes are not going to be fun. I know there's going to be times along the way that I'm not going to enjoy. But no matter what, I'm staying as long as it takes. And then I want you to embrace, Mike Brockway, I hope you're taking notes. Quitting is not an option when you're married to your dream. You'll stay in there and fight as long as it takes when you're married to your dream. And then I want you to embrace the changes that come along the way. You see, in a marriage, we understand that there's going to be some changes that come along the way. People are evolved. People are different. People create new hobbies. They have new ideas. There's changes, right? At first, we're prim and proper, and we would never pass gas in front of the other person, or we would never, pick our nose or any of those things, or be seen without makeup, right? But then all that starts to change. When we're married, we get comfortable, we get loose. We understand that there are going to be changes along the way. And so I want you to be married to your dream and understand that there are going to be changes that come along the way. And I want you to embrace that. And then lastly, and most importantly, when it comes to your dream, do not allow yourself to be a victim. Do not allow yourself to be a victim. No one else is in control of your destiny. No one. I'm telling you. It's so easy to lay blame. It's natural. It's like it's inherent in us to point the finger. But here's the reality. You are not a victim. You are in control. The choice is yours. It's all up to you. And you have whatever it takes. How do I know this? Because I know something about you that you may or may not know. I know that you, my friend, are a child of God. The God of the universe, the God who made everything, made you to be the absolute best version of yourself that you can possibly be. The best version. Not an average version, not a below average version, but the absolute best version of yourself that you can possibly be. And the God of the universe has also equipped you, given you everything you need in your uniqueness, given you everything that you need to fulfill your dreams, to run them down, to tackle them, and to live them out. You have everything that you need. And I just need you to understand that every decision you make from now forward, the perspective that you choose to take, whether or not you stick in there, whether or not you hang in there, your decisions to quit, all of these decisions, every single one that you make matters. It makes an impact on your friends, on your family members, on your coworkers. You showing up to watch my show today has made an impact on me. And you see, I, for one, absolutely stinking love you for it. I do. I absolutely stinking love you. If nobody's told you that today, I want to be the first. I absolutely love you. Listen, go out there. Don't be the victim. If you need more videos like this, you can go to GlennLundy.com. If you need some Rise and Grind gear, you can go to GlennLundy.com. But most importantly, will you do me a favor? Will you come back here again tomorrow morning, 5:30 a.m.? We're going to do this all over again on hashtag Rise and Grind. Go enjoy the day.
Mr. and Mrs. Kevin Simmons.
Oh shoot. Oh, you were gonna go.